What's going on YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. So I'm bringing you a knife today by way of Thrasher's Garage. Check out the channel. He lets Scab use these. I know Scab over at Choir Boys Cutlery Outdoors did a review on this as well. And I'm not sure what the name is. I don't know if it has a name. It might just be the Pearson Wharncliffe knife. I don't know. They might know, so you could ask them. But I have a few of the specs written down here because I had to go back to Scab's review to look at like what the blade steel is. I have no information on this knife at all. I tried looking it up, couldn't find really too much going on with it, so I'm just going by what he has on his thing. Now, before I get started, Charles the Redneck Nerd, really good dude, man. Good dude, good channel. He made a comment to me. Hold on a sec. I knew it didn't sound right. Charles Jones, the Redneck Nerd. Now the redneck word, or redneck nerd is all one word. So it's Charles Jones, the Redneck Nerd, one word. Check him out. But he left me a he didn't leave me a comment, but he made a comment about me in a shout out in one of his videos. And something he said really stuck with me, and it was his appreciation to the fact that I'm always honest. No matter what, no matter how much I love the knife maker, I'm a big off-grid fan. I destroyed a couple off-grid knives through because I had to be honest. No matter how much I like Carrie, the owner over there, I had to be honest and talk through what I'm feeling and not through what I'm feeling, right? So, you know, in the Army, we have our Army ethos, and it's the word leadership, LDRSHIP, not LEADR. But, and what it is loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. That is the Army ethos. And it's something that we swear to and that we try and live by. And integrity, for me, is probably the most important of all of our ethos, right? Integrity is honesty and trustworthy and just being that person. If you have integrity, you have all the rest, right? So I have to remember my ethos when I do that. And for Charles Jones, thank you for saying that, because a lot of guys will get out there and they'll tell you only the good and they won't tell you the bad, because even though the good is honest, and it's not dishonest not to tell you the bad, but I don't know, I got to be able to say what is real. Here's the thing. I'm going to go over the specs first, and then we're going to talk about this, and we're taking it outside because it's a user. I'm not going to lie about that. So the steel is Nitro V, right? The blade thickness, the blade stock is 3/16. The blade length is 4 1/4, and I believe it is 8 7/8 overall. That's all the information I got on it, other than it's just their Wharncliffe, or possibly they just maybe call it an EDC. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so let's get into this. The sheath. Now, the first thing you're going to notice on a knife like this, and a lot of people, or not even a lot of people, I'm going to say some people would have a problem. They're going to say, oh my God, it's very clown car looking. It's all these bright colors and mixed match colors. And I don't mind it. I honestly don't mind it. You're going to have a lot of people that might hate the fact that, okay, that's what it looks like. But let me tell you something. If you drop this in the woods, that red is standing out. I don't care who you are. You put it down, you drop it, you throw it, anything that happens, you're going to find it. So I'm not so pissed off about that. The Kydex sheath is made to be worn this way. So when you pull it out, boom, it's right there. And it's a good Kydex sheath. He did a good job on this. It's ambidextrous. Depending on what hand you are is going to be what color is showing. Now, he did red pins with red liners on blue scales, and I believe this is some kind of micarta, it looks like. And I have to say that, again, while some people might have an issue with all the color combo thing, I don't mind it on this. I think it's kind of cool looking. The blade itself, the Wharncliffe shape on this, beautiful. beautiful. I think Pearson did a great job doing that, man. Did a great job doing it. I mean, a great job. This little sway right here adds so much to the design. This is something, if I was going to design the top of a knife like this, this is exactly how I would draw it up personally, because that's beautiful. When you come from here, this hump, you want your hump to either come straight or go down. There's only two ways you can go. Some people add like weird things in here and some add a little cut out there, and unnecessary. The way he did this flows to the eye, absolutely artistic, right? It's just gorgeous. I think that's beautiful. How the tip comes down. He did this perfect drop into the Wharncliffe. It's great. How his beveling went, his grinds. Look at this line. It is just freaking beautiful. I'm completely impressed with that. The heel of the grip is gorgeous. The grip swell right here is exactly all you need to hold your hand in. This distance from here to here is exactly what it takes to hold a hand. Now, I'm going to get into the little nitpicky parts because I have to. And I have to be honest. That's what the integrity is. Now, I have massive hands. So my interpretation on the feel of this may be completely different than yours. What I'm going to say first off is the contouring from here to here is wonderful. It is abso-freaking-lutely wonderful. It is, you don't have to have 1.25 inches right here to fit any hand. You just have to have the proper contouring. He did that. It feels really, really good. If I want to come back on the knife, this ramp right here, instead of coming this way, it goes this way. That gives you a place for your pinky. Imagine that. You turn it around, you have a place for your thumb because it goes up here. That's well done. So this is what I don't like. At first touch, it's really slick. The handles are really, really slick. Like they're sanded down. He did a great job sanding. It was so great that it made it slick. But they're super, super slick in the hand until you put a ton of pressure on it. When you put a lot of pressure on this, listen. You hear that? When you put a lot of pressure, your hand naturally digs in to the micarta. All these, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. See all those little groove type things right there? Your hand will react to that. With a light grip, it will not. You will not make contact with any of that texturing at all. So that's one thing. Could the texturing have been a little bit more aggressive? Possibly, but who holds a knife like this? You hold a knife with a grip, right? So I can't really knock that. There's only one thing I can say about this knife that I absolutely do not like. It is the comfort. And it's not the comfort here because I just told you how great it is. It's right here. This part right here before the ricasso bends way too shallow. You can see how it comes around. If this thing went up just a little bit straighter right here, or gave you a bigger swell, it would feel pretty good. But on hands like mine, I don't know, look at how that's digging into my hand. You see my skin? That's a full grip. That is literally, watch this. Bam, do you see that? That is terrible. Well, it's terribly uncomfortable. And the fact that it's all 90-degree edges right here, that makes this extremely, extremely sharp. And I'm not just being a dick, believe me. If I put that there, it can cut paper because this has an edge and it's sharp, right? So when I hold it and I squeeze it in my hand, look at my skin wrinkle up. If I was lying to you, my hand would look like this. And I'd be complaining. You guys would go, that's bullshit. You're just making stuff up. This is the grip, right? There's my pinky inside the grip. You can see my fingers are kind of wedged together. And not wedged together because something's wrong here, but something's wrong here. If that wasn't there, this knife would be extremely comfortable in the hand. But this thing, the only thing I'm worried about when I'm cutting and things like that is, look at that. That thing is going to tear me up, man. That right there, when you see that kind of indentation, that means the very tip right here is just digging into your skin. So If you have really big hands, you are not going to like that. However, if you do have really big hands and you love this knife because it's beautiful, that is really easy to grind away. This is not my knife. This belongs to Brandon over at Thrasher's Garage, so I am not going to do that. If it was me, I would simply just grind this piece right here down, and this knife would fit really well. But as you can see, that indentation is still there. It's still there. It's not poofing out because that thing digs in nasty like. All right, so that's comfortable though. So what we need to do is we need to just go work it. Come on. All right, I have no doubts this thing is going to perform well. I mean, I literally have no doubts. Now, I know I should feel bad for saying something, but really, if I don't say something, then I'm being dishonest. And I just can't do that. I can't do it. No matter how much I like the knife, and I actually really like this, I would absolutely own one of these, and I would just take that right off. I would just take it right off because I like it that much. Let's do some 4-foot drops. That was a miss on my part. From tip to stump, 4 feet in the air. It's got a really, really nice little point of balance there. I think he did a pretty good job. Do a couple hard downward throws. We'll see how those scales go, and we'll test the bite. And the bite is fantastic because, again, he tapers this down perfectly. Perfectly. Man, I know if I'm the one making the knife, and I've made a few knives, if I make something and I design it in a way where it's going to hurt somebody or it's just not right, I want somebody to let me know so I can fix it. As a knife designer and a part-time, very, very part-time knife maker, if something's wrong, I need to know. I need to know because you don't improve if everybody tells you, oh, I love this, it's great, it's perfect. You can't improve, right? So I really hope if I think his name is Ryan, if he watches this, I really hope that I mean it with the utmost respect because you can't improve if everybody kisses your ass. Just point blank. It's the way it is. You know what I mean? You can't get better if everybody just sucks up. And that's not happening today because I don't have to. If I tell you that this knife is really good, it is because it's really good. Now remember, this is a used edge. Not only is it a used edge, but Scabber used the snot out of it. So I know that it's not going to perform as it would out of the box. And if that's a sign of what this thing was out of the box, I would be really impressed because this thing cuts really nice. Really nice. The side grip on this, because it's such a wide blade, is beautiful. Look at these curls. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's like Shirley Temple's hair right there. That is just beautiful. So the edge geometry is fantastic. It's something that you can pick up and begin working with right away, and it just gets the job done. There is a lot to like about this knife, and for me, only one thing not to like. And if I can get through a knife and find one thing that's then I think I found a pretty damn good knife, honestly. And that's honestly speaking. Let's come down with this. Now, this little swell right here, my finger is locking in on these little chops. Remember, it is a EDC style or size knife, so it's not made to chop. So it is it's a kudos to the maker when the swell is done so right that you can bang away at it and it's not going to leave your hand. You know, normally, oh, crappy knife is going to leave your hand if it's not done right in the rear. This thing is done right in the rear. Very, very impressive. 99% of the way so far. I mean, this is pretty awesome. This is pretty awesome. And I believe this guy isn't even like a full-time knife maker. So can you imagine where he's going to end up once he really, really starts going? I think the sky's the limit for this. I do. All right, let's see here. Let's see if we can bang on this one. Not if, I know we can. All right, let's see here. All right, let's do that again. Let's do that again. I'm telling you, I absolutely hate being honest, because this knife is awesome, and I don't want to say something to deter people from this guy's products, because even though I have to mention what I have to mention, this thing's dope. This thing's pretty freaking badass, man. I can't stop looking at this. I just can't. I think that's absolutely beautiful. Now, after banging all that, I want to see if we can do a push cut on a very used edge. Very used. It just still feels good to me, though. Oh my gosh. Remember, a brand spanking new Mora out of the box couldn't do that push cut. This is a used, very, very used edge. And bam, that thing went through easily. Gosh, I could barely get it out of there. All right, let's try a little chop on the extension cord. See, right here where I'm going like this, I can feel how slick it is. But as soon as I clamp down on it, I will have no problems. Look at that. Look at that. That's not so bad right there, ladies and gents. That is not so freaking bad. 4 layers of leather belt. Oh my gosh. This edge is used, guys. If you're wondering if he makes an edge that can hold, yep. That's absolutely, and I mean absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So the tire, no problem. I'm in your way, sorry. The tire, no problem. We're getting all the way through. That thing is just sharp. He did a super job of tapering without over tapering to give it a weak tip. This tip is on there really well, man. It is not going anywhere. You hear that cracking? That's not the knife. All right, so we just went that deep and dug out a chunk. Let's look at the bend in this thing. Oh my God, it's invisible because it's not there. It's strong. It's strong. Man, this is strong. Oh, I so badly want to bring down the stairs and grind that away and have an absolute perfect knife and then not send it back to Brandon and keep it forever, because I'm starting to really, really like it. Oh, man. So I know this is just little weak things, but it's just the edge geometry. It's just showing it off how effortlessly it just glides through things, slices through things. Roscoe's telling us to come over here and hit this big guy. Bam! It's just really nice, man. Oh, you know what? Let's come over here. I wanna keep cutting things because I'm enjoying the edge profile. And I just like looking at this. But the edge profile, holy crap. I wonder. All right, so I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's still shaving. It's still shaving after all that jazz. Another thing, the Mora failed. I'm putting no pressure into this knife, gliding right through. Just literally gliding right through. Let's see, get that out of there. There's prickers in there. I keep stabbing myself on. All right, this one doesn't have a hole in it yet. Not too many soccer balls I have without any holes in them because I keep using them for this kind of stuff. Let's see. Whoa! I just felt the air escape. All right, so if we're going to use this as a skinner, and this would be your outdoor EDC hunting knife type thing, right? So it should be able to do all your keep me alive skills, right? Look at this. I just made a Pac-Man. You gotta be kidding me. So overall, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Overall, this knife is fantastic. Overall, this is fantastic. Am I gonna end up with a little blister on my finger? Possibly. But is that something that I would be able to absolutely fix? Yeah. Now, if you ordered one directly from them, right? If you contacted them and said, hey, I really like that Wharncliffe, is there any way you can take away the edge on this part right here, right by the ricasso, that end of the finger. I'm pretty sure he would do that, right? This guy so far is making a good name for himself, being a really likable person, right? Let's see here. First try, baby. Welcome back, Shredder family. They're starting their videos up again. Cannot wait. I mean, come on, guys. That's better than some throwing knives. All right, so that was really pretty. So here's the deal. D-Bad, you said that it sucks because of this. Or D-Bad, you said it's slippery because of this. D-Bad, you said, you know what I said? I said, I'm going to be honest. That doesn't mean it's a deal breaker. Honesty just means something can improve. That's all it means. Something can improve. And with this, it would be really easy to take off the one part I didn't like. Now, as far as the slick grip, that doesn't even come into play because it's only slick until you grab it, right? So that's one really good thing is, look, you see that? And then if I grab it really tight, it's hard to pull. Listen, I don't know if you can hear it going squeak, but listen, watch. See how easy that is? That's my fingers on it. Both, I'm squeezing it, right? You can see my fingers squeezing it. It's slick. I squeeze it hard. That thing is in the grip. So that's pretty good. I originally thought that was going to be an issue. Not an issue. Not an issue. I'll go over that again with the fighting knife that they have. But so far, I mean, boop, perfect knife. Okay, could use a little. Perfect knife. Okay, now I can use a little. That's it. That's literally it. This thing is this thing's a winner in my book. This thing's a winner. I'm digging it. I love the fact that the edge retention is absolutely paired perfectly with the edge profiling. They just go together so well, man. I love the shape. I love the fact that a blade this big doesn't come with a handle the same. You know, it's a longer handle than it is a blade. And most designers, when they make a blade this size, they bring down the handle. I don't know why they do that. I think that's stupid. It's really stupid. He gave you a full freaking handle so you can hold on to the knife. Really, really good, man. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. This thing's pretty cool. You know, I've gotten to play with the fighting knife, and I've gotten to play with this one for the last 2 days. And I have to say that even though this is here, I think I like this one better. We're still going to test the other one, of course. But this is a pretty sweet knife. All right, so that's it for this one. We're 23 minutes into it. Let's call it. Hi, I'm Donnie B all day. Until next knife.